Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. I hope you guys know how I do it. Maybe you don't know how I do it, but I'm about to show you. Anyway, hey, I'm live today, and I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm live from the Pacific Palms Resort Hotel and Spa and Golf Course out here in City of Industry, which is, I want to say, about 18 to 20 miles, something like that, from downtown Los Angeles. One of those hidden gems that a lot of people don't remember that it's even there, right? I didn't even remember, right? I'm out here because I'm out here doing a site tour for a group, right? So, and it's funny how, excuse me, I'll do if I have groups in Los Angeles area, which is not often, though I have groups in LA, the LA area, but I had this one, but I really didn't even think about this place, right? I clicked it on Cvent, I got a rate from them, or submitted an RFP, got the proposal back, but really didn't pay attention to it until I guess maybe a little later. I'm like, you know what? When the other hotels really didn't stand out to me, and the rates were kind of all over the place, I said, you know what? Let me look at all the ones that I've sent RFPs to, and the Pacific Palms was one of them. I'm like, well, let me take a closer look at this because I hadn't been here since the before the pandemic. That was the last time I was here before the pandemic. So before 2020, maybe it was 2019, or maybe it could have been January of 2020, and so I hadn't been back here, right? So something told me, because we're close to signing a contract, or the group is close to signing the contract for uh, a group in July of this year, right? So, and I said, well, I can't look at this contract and be this close to the hotel and not come and see it. Okay, so I said, let me come back out here and look at it again. And as soon as I walked in, or as soon as I drove up, I'm like, you know what? This is the place, right? This is the place to be for this particular group. So, but I had to come in, take a look, look at the rooms, look at the meeting space or the event space, the golf course, all that. I mean, it's just a great property. It's one of those, a hidden gem, right? It's one of those things that are hidden, and not a lot of people know that it's even here. Do they do their job in promoting it? Maybe not as much as they should. Okay, so of course Russell of Hotel is going to do his job, right? I got to do my job and promote things, especially if I've booked here. So when I sign that contract, or when the group signs the contract, you're definitely going to see a lot more of the Pacific Palms Resort in City of Industry, which is about 20 miles. That would be 20 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. Okay. In fact, you can see downtown from, I, saw a guest room earlier today, and you can see downtown from there. So, it can't be that far if you can see downtown. Okay. And it's not necessarily a clear day today. But anyway, I'm live on, after I went on that tirade, right? I'm live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. So shout out to everybody. And of course, you guys can make comments because that's what it's all about, right? This is a daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. I'm sitting at the bar, right? That's where I am right now. And I don't have my other camera. I just have the one camera. So I really can't show you where I am. I mean, you can see the backdrop, but I'm actually sitting at the bar at the I'm not even sure the name of the restaurant, but it's in Pacific Palm. So let me see if I have any comments. Do I have any comments? And let's see. And I don't have my mouse pad with me, so I got a napkin. Hey, what's up, son? What's going on? Hey, I gotta call you because I'm gonna be in Phoenix next week, and I want to hang out with you. Well, for at least well, I'm there for a meeting, but I need to come hang out with you while I'm there. So next Thursday, next Wednesday I'll be there Wednesday, and I leave Saturday morning at, I want to say I have a, no, it's not Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. I think I have a 1 o'clock flight. So I'm gonna call you, and then hopefully you're not busy, and we can hang out, at least a day there while I'm there. Okay. So, but yeah, so thank you for coming on. Appreciate your support. And there you go. So anyway, feel free to make comments. I'll put this comment. So this is what happens. See, when you make comments, this is what pops up, right? You make comments. I put your comments on the screen in real time so you guys can see it. Okay, so that's what it's all about, right? That's what Russell of Hotels does. I don't know what anyone else does, but that's what Russell of Hotels does, and it's all about elevating brands, right? So I'm big on elevating brands, especially when it comes to especially when it comes anything hospitality. That's what I'm all about. So hence the name Russell of Hotels. Hotels are in the hospitality space, but hotels, resorts, destinations. My job is to elevate them, to let people know that that these hotels or these destinations exist because pot or what am I trying to say? Um, Dang, I can't even remember what I was gonna say. But everyone does not know your brand exists. Okay, just remember that. Because some people are like, oh yeah, everyone knows we're here. Oh yeah, I don't need to tell anybody. I'm like, no, you do. You actually do. So whenever you can, let people know that that who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. If you're a sales manager with a hotel, let people know the hotel that you work for. Okay, tell them the story. It's all about storytelling, right? Let people know that yeah, I'm here. Yes, I'm here, and um, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do something. So we're live on Instagram as well. I forgot to click the button to go on the Instagram. Okay, so shout out to everybody on Instagram as well. Feel free to make your comments. The chat is open. I'm Russell of Hotels. I do this daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm live today from in fact, where am I live from? Hold on one second. I'm live from the Pacific Palms Resort, 292 guest rooms, event space 45,000 square feet. I mean, just a lot of event space, inside, outside, golf course, two golf courses, and then they have, I want to say, is it 62 bays of driving range? I mean, if you want to get you know, work on your long game, they have a driving range. I want to say 64 bays that you can get your swing on. So yeah, so I don't play a lot of golf, but I probably will bring me a club or two to hit some balls and or maybe do some putting or whatever because I haven't played in a long time. But when this meeting comes up in July or this reunion come up in July, I definitely will be out there doing something. Okay, so but yeah, so this hotel I think is going to work out for this particular group, and I'm so glad I came out here. My sales manager has been great. His name is Julio Arias. Arias, Arias, Arias. Okay, so he's been great. And then find out. Check this out. Check this out. Okay, this is a small world. Okay, Rita Cruz. Okay, Rita Cruz and we didn't work at the same hotel, but we would always see each other because we handled the same markets. She worked at one hotel. I worked at another hotel, but we would always see each other in Sacramento. Back in the day, I handled government markets and association. So those markets were, you know, out of Sacramento. So you would go every month or every month for like a week. You would be in Sacramento, okay, doing meetings. If you were on a board for certain like SGMP or Cal SAE, you would go and meet with them. And we would have meetings and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and it was all about being visible, just like being visible now. But that was before the days of heavy social media. Okay, so you were doing a lot more in-person stuff and less, or you weren't doing any social media because social media wasn't around back then. But I would see her and a lot of other people every day. So like for years, I mean like 10, 12 years, I would see them once a month for like at least 3 to 5 days. Okay. Once a month, 3 to 5 days, I would see them, her and other people. Well, I hadn't seen her in probably about 10 years, right? And I'm having a tour with Julio, and I just happened to ask him, who else is on your staff? Because I know that his director of sales is Scott Robbins. Okay, Scott Robbins and I used to work together at the Bonaventure, and we worked for the same company together after that. So I've known him for 20 plus years. Okay, so I knew Scott was there, right? And I said, well, who else is on your team? And he says Rita Cruz, and I'm like, Rita Cruz? I said, I haven't heard that name in so long. I said, and I'm thinking, is it the same Rita Cruz? Is there more than one Rita Cruz? And I wasn't sure, right? So I said, do you have a picture of her? And on his phone, he had a picture. I said, that's Rita. That's her. So I said, is she here? He said, yeah, she's here. She may be in a meeting, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'm going to go and see if she's in there, and I'll have her come out. I said, well, don't let her know who's asking for her, okay? So he went and got her, and she comes down the escalator, and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God, it was so funny. But it's good to see people that you haven't seen in a long time. This industry, once you get in, it's hard to get out. I mean, I don't want to get out, but I mean, I'm no longer on property. But it's good to see that she's still here. She's been here 24 years. And I guarantee you, I probably have not seen her in at least 10. Okay, so, and just think, if I didn't come, I would not have seen her. I wouldn't even known that she was still here, because guess what? She's not on LinkedIn, right? She just got on LinkedIn. That's another thing. So I said all that to say this. Be on LinkedIn. So if you're a hotel person, well, I guess if you're seeing me, well, no, you don't necessarily have to be on LinkedIn to see me. Although, yes, I am live on LinkedIn at the moment, but maybe you're on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook also. Just make sure, if you're a business, you work for a business, you work for a company, make sure that you're on LinkedIn, okay? That's how people will know where you are, right? They'll know the hotel you work in, if it happen to be something within hospitality. So the hotel or the DMC, the CVB, the DMO, whatever you work for, they will know that. So, because remember what I keep saying, people will buy you before they buy whatever the service or product that you're representing, okay? Rita, a lot of us know Rita, right? Had I known Rita was here, oh my God, it would have been on my radar. But because I didn't know Rita was here, it wasn't on my radar, okay? Although I sent out an RFP, included the Pacific Palms Hotel, but sometimes you look for somebody that's familiar, somebody that right, at that property. Oh, I know so-and-so, she's here. Well, guess what? I didn't know that she was here. So, of course I made sure, hey, are you on LinkedIn? Make sure you're on LinkedIn. So this is what I did. So I went and checked out LinkedIn, okay? She had just opened up an account on LinkedIn, but she didn't have a photo. People do business with people they can see, all right? They don't do business with just an avatar or a blank avatar, okay? So make sure, if you're on LinkedIn, it's updated. It's updated with your, your title or wherever you work or whatever, but make sure there's a photo there, okay? A professional photo, headshot, whatever. Just make sure it's there, because that makes a huge difference, okay? And people knowing you versus not knowing you. I see Sweet Life of a Hotel Sales Girl. How are you, Sweet Life of a Hotel Sales Girl? Hey, I've been following you. I like your stuff. So keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do, because I've been following you on IG, and I appreciate the stuff that you post. You post some good stuff. So continue what you do. Maybe we'll have you on here. You know what I mean? We'll come on with me, and we can hang out or talk or whatever. So anyway, so I didn't have a real topic today because, like I said, I am away from the office today, although I'm making the Pacific Palms Resort my office of the day, and I've taken a lot of photos. So probably tomorrow's daily check-in, I'll show the guest rooms and some of the public space, as well as the meeting and event space and golf course and the things that are outside as well. But I think it's ideal for like a family reunion. I think we're going to try it and see, because I have a group of 180 people. I got the contract. I just have to go over it, look at it, and hopefully sign it by end of the week. Okay, let's just say by end of the week, I should have it signed and we'll have it locked and loaded. Okay, so but I'm so glad I came here. I just finished lunch, the restaurant they have here. Very nice. I'm like I said, I'm sitting at the bar. Let's see, can I swing this around? I don't know. Can I swing this around? Swinging around a little bit. I forgot my cord for my other phone, so that's why I can only use this camera here. But that's okay. That's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it next time. But so that was basically it. So just make sure maybe you follow what I said though. Make sure LinkedIn, if you work for whatever a hotel, and make sure your hotel has a LinkedIn um, profile as well. So you should have a profile, and the hotel should have a profile. Because a lot of times I go to these hotels, I take photos, and I want to tag the hotel on it as well, or the destination or whatever. And sometimes I can't find the hotel. I'm like, why wouldn't a hotel have a LinkedIn page? I don't know, but there's some of them that don't. This one does though. So shout out to Scott Robbins. He does have one. Okay, and Scott Robbins, make sure you have a photo too. Okay, so Scott Robbins didn't have a photo either. So I don't know what that's all about, but make sure it just can't be a blank whatever. It has to have a photo there. People do business with people. Okay, they don't do business with blanks. So that's just water I'm drinking. Okay. So let's just make sure we do that because when you're not direct selling, you're marketing. Okay. So remember that when you're not sitting across from somebody, doing a site tour, on the phone with, breaking bread with, having a cocktail with, when you're not doing all those things, you could be marketing. Okay. So if you're on LinkedIn, you can do those things. Okay, you can post things. Just finish the site tour. These are our new rooms. This is our restaurant. Just had lunch here. This is our golf. This is our golf course. We had a golf group in. They took up all these rooms. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can talk about. Everything has a story, right? And that's what people look for. That's what resonates with people. That's what gets people excited about your brand because they see it. If they don't see it, they're not going to be excited about it. Okay, that's just it. So the time that you cannot sell, you can't be direct, across from somebody. That's the time you need to do more marketing. So remember, we need to do more marketing because you have more time to market than you do to sell, direct sales. Okay, because in the times you don't have appointments and people coming in and site tours, that's the time to market. Post things about your hotel, post things about your destination, where you're located. We just hired a new chef. This is the chef special. Did you know you can get this without meat? You can get this with tofu. Of course, when I go to restaurants, I just did this today. When I go to restaurants, I'm looking for, meat options. Like what's on this menu that does not come with meat? Okay, happen to find like a stir fry that had tofu. That was an option. So believe me, I'm gonna tell everybody else that because there's other people that I hang out with that they don't eat meat as well. So you have to let people know that hey, eat at the restaurant inside the Pacific Palms Resort. Yeah, they have a tofu as an option, right? An option to meat, the protein. Okay, so they didn't know that, right? Believe me, Julio didn't know that. Scott Robbins didn't know that. Rita Cruz doesn't know that. But it's my job to find out, right? For the people that, it's important to. And so those things are important to me. So I know if they have it on the menu when it comes to the event, because we do have a dinner, um, I know I can order something different that does not have meat or fish or cheese or dairy. So yeah, so there you go. So there you go. So remember this, and I say this all the time. Social media allows you to be present without having a presence. Does that make sense? You can be in the room and not be in the room. Okay. You can show up online, but not be online. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think somebody out there like, oh my God, that was deep, Russell. I can't believe you said that. That was so cool. Oh, Miss Okay, the sweet life of hotel sales girl said, she said, thank you and would love to have you on my live. Of course. Of course. I would love that too. I would love to be on. I would love to have you come on. Let's do it. You come on, I come on. I mean, that's hey, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. See, that's what it's all about. If anybody gives you an opportunity, I always say this, anyone gives you an opportunity to come on and talk about yourself or who you represent, the brand you represent, the brand that's you, anytime you get that opportunity, you do that. Because you never know who's going to be watching her stuff. I just met her, maybe I've known of her because I follow her on Instagram, right? But I don't know who knows her. And, so you get the chance to kind of get locked in with the people that follow her, right? And then she'll follow you, and then she gets locked into the people that follow me, right? So that's the whole thing, especially when you do like an IG live. Say you do an IG live together. Say her and I did an IG live together, Instagram, okay? You not only get the benefit of your people, the people that follow you, you get the benefit of the people that follow her. So say she probably got 200,000 people. Let's say she had 200,000 people to follow her, and I got my 1,000 people. Right? That's 21,000 people that you have the potential to um, come up in their feed, or you have the potential to be seen by 21,000 people because it adds both of them together. The potential. I didn't say 100% is going to happen, but you have the potential to reach 21,000 people. Okay, so that's the beauty of doing these a co live or whatever, or live with someone else, right? I mean, because we can all do lives by ourselves, but when you have someone, if you're collaborating with somebody, that's that's the ultimate. Okay, so just make sure you take advantage of that. So but yeah, so I appreciate you, saying that. Yeah, we got to do it. Would love that. Absolutely. Okay, of course, girl. We gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. I think I have one more comment. Let's see. Craig Sullivan. Aloha, Craig. How are you, sir? I'm live here from the Pacific Palms Resort in City of Industry, California. A lot of us forget that, you know, there's other things outside of LA, right? There's hotels that are nice that a lot of people don't know about outside of Los Angeles. So, Craig, that's what I'm here doing. I'm here checking it out for a group, and I think it's going to happen. I got the contract in hand. I just got to go home and look at the contract with a fine tooth comb because they'll try to salespeople, they'll try to throw things in that contract, right? Like, oh no, this is it. Oh, that's it. You got to go through it. No, I'm joking. I am so joking. Some do, but no, I'm joking. That's not the case here. I kind of already looked at it. I just need some more time to go through it just to make sure, uh, you know, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Okay, but hope all is well, Craig. Um, trying to think of something. I guess that's it. Shit, shoot. But anyway, so once again, live from the Pacific Palms Resort. Now people come to the bar to get their drink on. So, and I'm doing this live from the bar, right? So, so I need to get out of here because I need to get back home anyway because I got some work to do and this contract to read, and hopefully I get this thing back by let's say by Friday. Let's say by Friday. But I think that's it. That is it. Let me just make sure nothing else on IG. Oh, Craig's on IG as well. Exactly, my friend. All good. Just back from. Oh, must be nice, Craig. It must be nice. That's good. I'm glad you had a good trip from Mao. Or did you have a good trip? I'm sure you did. But so Craig's on LinkedIn, or was that LinkedIn he was on? No, he's on Facebook. He's on Facebook and IG. Okay, there you go. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? So, but anyway, that is it. Once again, live from the Pacific Palms Resort. in City of Industry, which is about 20 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. In fact, you can see downtown LA from here. Sits on two golf course. I mean, just a great place, and it's going to be a great spot, a great landing spot for this reunion that's going to take place in July. I want to say July 24th through the 26th of this year. This normally would have been booked last year, but couldn't decide on the spot. Originally you're supposed to go to San Diego, but San Diego becomes pricey, and everything's a good idea until they start throwing the prices out. When rates start coming out, when I started sharing rates with people, people are like, "Oh my God, that's too expensive." Well, okay, but you knew that. San Diego's not cheap. Okay, this is not back in the '80s when maybe it was a little cheaper. Okay, but no, San Diego's a prime spot, especially in the summer. So sometimes you got to look outside of that, and that's what we end up doing, and that's why we're here at the Pacific Palm Resort. But I think this is a great landing spot for this particular group, and I love the hotel. So there you go. And it's less than probably 45 minutes from where I live, so that makes it even better. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. I do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this daily check-in. On Tuesday, I do On Air with Russell of Hotels. That comes on, which is that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. That comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So if you didn't check it out yesterday, just go to the replay on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. Okay. So feel free to do that at your time. Getting you numbers. Yes. We say exactly, my friend. All good. Just back from Maui. It is LOL. King Aquino from Atlanta, from the A. Thanks for joining. But anyway, I got to get off of here because, like I said, there's people coming to the bar now. Winning Wednesday, of course. Every day is a winning day for you. Every day is a winning day. So once again, we were live on. What am I trying to say? Live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. So anyway, thank you guys all for joining, and we'll be back tomorrow to do more. Okay, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the Pacific Palms, and I'll have more photos to show you of different parts of the hotel, like the rooms, King Double, outside the golf course, and some other stuff that they showed me. So anyway, that is it. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.